What's up, everybody? It's your favorite, I can never remember all the Deluxe Insecticons names, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at Fansproject, I think Barrage, I don't know, I think it's Barrage, not Barricade, Barrage, Ransack, Venom is the one that nobody's made yet, and then the one we looked at yesterday, right? I can't remember his name. I'll look it up. This guy, and I like the green and yellow. I always like that design. Once again, I didn't necessarily see them making these when I originally saw the first Insecticons. The articulation is the same with the ball peg here, and then a hinge on each thing. One thing I didn't mention in the other one was that maybe people might not like the fact that it pretty much rests on the elbow and the claw, but it doesn't bother me. I think it's small potatoes. But yeah, and then you get this double hinge here for your. Oh, 3, so 1, 2, 3. That's a rhino beetle, maybe? I'm not sure. It doesn't matter, really, does it? But it looks good. I like the green and yellow. Let's transform it. See if I remember how to do it. I just did the other one, right? So this comes back and out of the way. You have to untab these arms here. And you have to rotate these on this ball peg here 180 degrees, and then they'll go back on. The other one fell down, so we'll get to that later. And there you go. And then you just want to separate these. These are on a sliding bar, which I had to use a screwdriver for the last set, but there. And same on this side, open the foot up as much as you can. It'll come off that ball joint, it's not a big deal. Better than the ball peg breaking there. And fix the feet. You can bring this back for, no, you got to tuck it in, I think. So let's just do that. And then bring the hip skirts down. Bring the crotch piece down on that double hinge. And you're pretty much in service. Then you just have to collapse these. And this pegs in there. And then this one just kind of sits in there, I think. Same for the other side. Pegs in there. Sits in there. And this is supposed to be the other way, right? Like that. There. And you can position these however you want them. Let me get the other shoulder pad. And then that's on. And then this, you can tuck this back around here. Like that. And then he has his gun, which he holds in his hand just fine. And this one actually has a little rotating bit there. Good to go. And that actually is a separate piece too, which swivels. So, and then this is replaceable too. So all those are interchangeable. Alright, head, same articulation but a new head sculpt. I love the little thing there. It's very reminiscent of the Deluxe Insecticon. Good eye paint, black outline with the red on top. That looks good. The rest details are pretty similar, except we have some white paint in here, and then this little design on the chest. That looks good. So very minimal paint, but where it's applied well. Green on the yellow piece is extra piece. The white is painted. They did a really great job on the white on these, I must say. Head is on a ball peg, same as before. We have a ball peg here, which gets you a little bit of a cheating butterfly joint. The shoulder pads are on a ball peg connected to a swivel, so you can manipulate them in order to get a higher range or larger range of motion. These, of course, you can manipulate out of the way to get what you need. Bicep swivel ball peg for the elbow, which, if you manipulate it just right, kind of works like a double jointed elbow. Nothing for the wrist, and we won't force that, will we? Ball peg for the waist, which gets you the swivel and a bit of an ab crunch. Articulation same on the other side. T-jointed ball joints for hips get you out to there, forward and back to there. The hip skirts are on a hinge, system. So it's a hinge in there to another hinge. So it's like a double hinge, but it's really just two separate hinges. Thigh swivel built into the bottom. Knees are a single jointed knee, get you 90 degrees. And then for the ankles, we have a tilt up and down, a toe tilt, and the rockers on the ball peg. So all good. Let's sit him next to his G1 counterpart. I think it kind of works. I mean, the beetle bit here was always at the front of the chest, and that's kind of a character thing, so that doesn't totally work over here, but for the most part I think it's kind of, it's in the ballpark. It's a nice thought anyway. I love how they took the little thing there and made it smaller for him. I think that works. So once again, not a whole lot of new things to report here, but you know, the colors still work well, and I think it's a decent homage, and you know, it's the only attempt we've ever seen or ever been announced, even to this date, of kind of capturing the characters of the Deluxe Insecticons, and I think it's pretty decent. You know, it's definitely dated by today's standards, but even by today's standards, you know, I've seen worse figures come out in the past year than this, so I definitely recommend this box set. I really like it a lot, but it's definitely a bit behind the times, and it's a little on the small side for most people's collections these days, but doesn't really matter. It's a decent toy all in all. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.
All right, my fellow Americans, today it's time to get controversial. We're going to bring out the big dogs. We're going to talk about them. We're going to see what's going on. Who's got some? Don't come at me with any crazy questions today. Today's all about the controversial questions, all right? All right, so let's hear one.
What do you think about the Hillary email scandal?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not a big Hillary fan. Like I said, I think she's a human, walking, talking pair of flip-flops. You know what I mean? This lady switched sides so many times she's never even seen a sandal. Do you know what I mean? And sandals are kind of in, especially with the chicks, the gladiator sandals. Have you seen them? Lots of straps. I'm into straps. She's still flip-flopping. So I think that's enough evidence to say that maybe we shouldn't vote for her. But outside of that, in terms of her email scandal, I got to be honest with you. While I think that I can beat her in the race, I'm sympathetic. I'm sympathetic because if you look through some of my emails, I'm telling you, it wasn't but like 10 minutes after that Jennifer Lawrence stuff went out, my email was popping off.
What do you think about President Obama's scandal with the birth certificate?
Yeah, big question on there. Had a birth certificate or whatever, and then it came out, but it wasn't. There was evidence of it being photoshopped and all that kind of stuff. I will tell you this right now. I am from the Baltimore, Maryland area. No one in the history of mankind has ever lied about being from this area. You got people in Baltimore lying to say they're not from this area. You got shows in other cities called NYPD and, you know, Rescue This or Chicago Fire. What do we got? The Wire and The Corner. So, if I was going to say I was from somewhere else, it'd be like Hawaii or somewhere.
So what are your views on America dealing with the European Union?
The European Union. That's a very complicated question. What I'm majorly worried about is when people tell me how much pounds things are. So to all of my brothers and sisters in America, my fellow Americans, from now on when we do buying and selling and trading in groups, people had to tell you in dollars, not in... Did you fart over here? It smells like a steak salad and... Is that banana ice cream? It smells like banana ice cream and steak salad. That is repugnant. You're lucky I'm not president. I'd have you executed right now. Anyway, what else do we got?
So what do you think about U.S. jobs going overseas?
As far as I've heard, sir, Steve Jobs has actually passed away, and let that be a message to you. Skullface is always here with a message. Wealth don't buy health.